Good morning. Welcome back to the Craps Pit. This morning we're going to discuss the different dice sets, preferably the ones that you want to use when you want to scalp out a number. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to take a pair of dice. We're going to use the big blue ones here because they're easier to see on the video. Now, on the different dice sets, there's 4 primary faces. This is known as the hard-way set, just like in the props, the hard 6, the hard 8, the hard 10, and the hard 4. So the primary faces on this particular set would be the hard 6, the hard 4, the hard 8, and the hard 10. Now if you were to throw the dice and they would land on one of the hard ways, that would be a primary face hit. If you threw the dice and one die quarter pitched, that would be a secondary hit on the same axis. Now let me explain the axis. The axis, if you were to take a dowel and push through the dice spin axle axis like your tires on your car. The tires rotate on an axle. So the axle axis is the same thing. They're rotating in this manner. So the numbers that go through the dice, in this case with the hard way set, would be 6, 1, 6, 1. The ace is kissing the 6 to get the hard way set. And the easiest way to get that, let me just show you here real quick with a pair of dice. Look for the 6, plant it. There's a 1 there, here's a 6 here, plant it. All you have to do is rotate this die 2 turns, bingo, there's your hard way set. So if you look for the axis first, it's easy to set. You can set it at about Mississippi 1, Mississippi 2, and you're good to go. With this particular set, there's 4 ways to make a 7. And a double pitch, of course if you're off axis like this, there's a 7. If you double pitch one die, that's when one die rotates 2 extra turns to the other die, and there's your 7 out. And this brings us to a come out set, providing you're not doing a lot of come betting. We like to use this set, the all 7 set. As you can see, you have 7s all the way around. 3, 4, 2, 5, 4, 3, 5, 2. And I like to set the dice, if I'm setting for 7s, looking down bird's eye view of the 3, 4. Because if you double pitch with this set, your point is going to be a 6 or an 8. And since there's 5 ways to make those, it's easier to get. The reason why I like to set for 7s, because on the come out roll on your naturals, you have a 22.22% chance of getting a 7 or 11 on any roll. Setting for the 7s enhances that somewhat. So I like to get the 7s out of the way first, get the naturals. There's a betting strategy that we have for that, or we're going to tell you later. On this video, we're just going to talk about the different sets. So let's now suppose you've thrown the dice, and now your point is a 6 or an 8. So what we like to do is set the dice for the point, and on the 4 primary faces, we want to see the point and the sister number in this case, which would be the 8. One of the easy sets, and most people know this, would be the 3V, and that comes right off the hard way set. You turn the die 1 turn, 3V, either pointing away from you or to you, doesn't matter. On the primary faces now, 6, 8, 8, 6, 6. Now the axis we discussed on the hard way set changes. Now the axis is 5, 2, 6, 1. And they will always change from point to point. Okay, let's suppose our point is a 5 or a 9. Go back to the hard way set. And remember on the 6 and 8, you turn one die like so to get 6s and 8s. Take the same die, turn it the opposite direction. Right now you're looking at an ace deuce. It's a crap number. Simply take the right die, pitch it backwards. Your 4 primary faces now become 5 and 9s. This is a great set for inside numbers. Points of 5, you've got 2 5s, 2 9s. Now if you double pitch with this, you're going to get 6s or 8s. I love this set for inside numbers. Of course, double pitching we'll talk about in a later video because that has to do with your grip and your toss. Okay, so let's suppose now our points of 4 or a 10, and you want to set for the point. This is really an easy one. Hard way set. Take the right die, roll it up, and now you have 4s and 10s. Right here, you should be seeing a 2V. 4s and 10s, primary faces. Your axis is now 6, 1, 3, 4. Now that'll get you all of your box number sets. There's one other set that I would like to show you, and that is the cousin, we call it the cousin, to the hard way set. The hard way set, I told you there's 4 ways to make a 7. The forgiving part of this is if you're off axis on one die, the other die stays on axis. As you can see, mathematically, there are no 7s. The most common way to get a 7 with the hard way set is when one die does a double pitch. That is when one die turns 2 extra turns to the other die, and there's your 7. So if that's happening and you want an easy set to remedy that until you get your perfect your throw, instead of a 6-1, 6-1 axis, go a 6-1-1, 6 axis. And here's what you've got. You see a hard 6 here, but you're looking at a 7. So if you want to have 6s and 8s all the way around, turn one die like so. Now you have 6s and 8s. If this die double pitches, this is where the difference is between the hard way set. Either die, doesn't make any difference. Double pitch, you're going to get the opposite. You're going to get 5 and 9s. There's your 5. And now you have 5 and 9s all the way around. So setting the dice up in this manner, you're either going to have 5 and 9s or 6s and 8s. So double pitching doesn't hurt you. Off axis with this doesn't hurt you on one die. This is on axis. Mathematically, again, there are no 7s. What we're trying to do are no 7s. Okay? What we're trying to do is, after we establish the point, it's called 7 avoidance. We don't want to see the 7. This is not about dice control. It's about dice influence. I like to say that on one set, you should get up to 4 different numbers. If you're getting those 4 different numbers on a toss, you can bet with confidence. Okay, that concludes our basic dice sets, and thank you for your time, and we will see you on the next video.